What's going on, you guys? SOEV Church 10 here, and today we are going to replace a ballast, as you can see. And so I'm going to help guide you through this process. We already have the breaker turned off. If you didn't do that previously, I'm going to give you a few seconds while I set up here to turn off your breaker. So go ahead and do that. While I get all my wiring and stuff. Just see if I can pull these off. Okay, so now that you got your breaker turned off, most of you guys have already probably, you guys are probably hooked up here, but they're not on this case. So what we need to do is we need to get our wiring diagram, which I have on my phone. So I'm going to tell you guys what wiring you need in order to hook up your ballast. So let me go ahead and pull the diagram up so I can tell you guys what you need. Okay, so you guys want to do your 2 yellows to a red. So you've got your yellow wiring. Here, make sure I'm in view here. These are your yellow. Good. If you need to adjust it, that's fine. Okay, so our 2 yellows will go to red. But first you need to strip your wiring. Make sure you strip these, because if you don't, then you won't be able to use your wire nuts. You'll need wire nuts for this process as well, so make sure that you have those handy. If you don't, go grab them while I'm doing the wire stripping. Okay, so we'll be right back after I'm done stripping all these wires. Okay, so now that you've make sure you stripped all the wires, by the way, guys, because we just had to go a step ahead and get all that done. So what you guys want to do is it's going to be 2 yellows to the red wire. And then you're going to take a orange wire nut. Make sure it's orange, because orange is the color you're going to need in order to join 3 wires. Because if you do any other color, you're going to either have too big or too small of a wire nut. So what you guys want to do is you want to twist that up there tight. Make sure it's really, really tight, because if it makes contact with this, then you're in trouble. You're going to shock yourself or kill the ballast. Be careful. Okay. So now what you're going to do, once you've done that color, you will need to wire 2 blues to one of these blues, and then 2 reds to one of these blues. Now this is for the conversion technique, by the way. You'll see that in the title if you look down below. The title says conversion technique. And the reason why it's the conversion technique is because we're going from big bulbs to small bulbs in this episode. But like I said, same with the other ones. You're just going to twist it on nice and tight. Doesn't matter which blue you use, is one of the questions that I'll be asked sometimes. No, it actually doesn't. Both blues are interchangeable. So you can use either one for your use, as long as it's red, 2 red wires or 2 blue wires. So basically they're interchangeable with those. Make sure you get all your wires in there, because if you don't make all of them make contact, then you won't have a good connection, and most likely won't get any light out of your ballast if you don't make a perfect connection to it. But don't feel like, this is too complicated, I can't do this, because even I haven't had that much experience with this, and I am able to teach you guys. So trust me, you don't need very much experience to get this done. No, I don't need those things though anyway. I've got, there it is. So this is, I don't know what that was on there, but this one you're supposed to use. Okay, so now we're going to screw the ballast in to its holder. Oh wait, I've already got the screw up there. That's was supposed to be for something else, I guess. So the screw's already installed. I forgot about that. Looks like I got 2 of them in there. I don't know why. Oh wait, yeah, there's supposed to be for this ballast. No, there's not supposed to be. I don't know. That was probably for the other one, I bet you. Okay, so what you want to do though, set your ballast up in there. Make sure you got your screw on top. And once you got everything lined up the way you need it. And actually sometimes it is easier to do it this way. This is the way I've done it with other ballasts. Because usually they'll put the screw on top, but I like to put it down here at the bottom. The reason I do this is because it's usually easier to screw it on from the top rather than screwing it on from the bottom in the case of this particular ballast. So you're going to slip that up in there a little bit, and then you're going to want to just make sure the ballast is in place up there. And then you just want to screw that thing in there. Sometimes I recommend getting it started before you do it. That might be what I have to do in this case. This fixture is a little bit more troublesome than probably what you guys will have. Most cases that they won't be hanging from the ceiling on chains, because the ceiling ones are quite a bit more difficult to use and to operate from. And clearly there's something. I guess this is not.
Do you want to stop it there?
No, it's fine. We all make errors, and I guess I did too, because the error I made, just so everyone understands, is there's supposed to be a little square nut, and that's actually what's supposed to go on there. I forgot that this one is different than the other ballast that I did over next door, so I have to have a special fitting for it. Once you get the fitting started though, then you should be okay to slip your ballast in place. And yes, it can be kind of difficult to screw these in sometimes, but you get used to them after you've done a lot of them. Oh shoot, looks like
extra hand in there.
It seems like. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure out how to put mine in, guys. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys. So now we're putting on the nuts for the casing. Now that we got the issue figured out with the case, so we now just need to make sure all of our wires stay in while we.
The ones down here are out too.
I know they don't go back in very good. See, this is why, though, guys, that we don't keep the wires too long. But on yours, you do probably want to keep them because they're probably not as bad of a case as this. This one was not very well made in the mindset of housing wire. Okay.
Oops, there's one that's sticking out there, honey.
Oh, it just keeps coming back out.
There.
I push it back in and it comes back out. Okay. So.
Wait a minute. Here, I'll flip here. Is it supposed to be inside?
No, it's this one.
Okay. So now we need to make sure. Where's that? I can't line this end up. I can't see what I'm doing.
Move your wire down there.
Okay, so right now we're just getting all these different adjustments made. But basically that's what you have to do. We're going to show the bulbs in, but I figure you guys don't need to see us fumbling with the case, so we'll be back once the case is all in place. Yeah, we're just getting all the screws in. Okay guys, so now we've gotten the cover back on. Make sure you have a lot of extra hands if you're doing this fixture, because these things are pains in the bloop bloop. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and install the bulbs. So we'll catch you back in just a few seconds when I have the bulbs over here. Yeah.
Get it in there. Okay. So.
Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and install the light bulbs. I wouldn't recommend touching the ends normally, but right now we don't have any power applied. You guys should have checked your meter earlier. I mean with your voltmeter earlier. But the bulbs should go into place, and then you should just be able to turn them. And remember, these are your small bulbs. These are what you're going to use now. And both ends are, if both ends are good, then you're ready to install your second bulb. And make sure both ends are lined up. And they're good. And then turn it. Now, as you can see, the newer bulbs look a lot nicer in this fixture than the old ones that we used to have. Okay, so now yeah, turn on the breaker over there, and so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to shut off all the lights for dramatic effect. And we'll see if we wired everything correctly. Otherwise, we might have a big boom if we didn't. So now we're going to give it a test. And we've got light. And there's light. Alright, so guys, your bulbs should warm up. And then once that's all done, then you should be all good to go. And ready to move on with your rest of your fixtures, if you have any other ones. So, now I don't know if we're filming the next one for sure yet or not. But if we are, we'll see you guys over there. But I don't think we are. I would rather get it done, but it's a ceiling mounted fixture. It's a lot easier. I should have done that one on video. But anyway, that's it. Like, subscribe, favorite, comment, and check out this diagram that will show up right now. Bye, guys.